Hi everybody, welcome back to Sheri Approved. I hope you all are doing well. In today's video, I want to discuss 5 beauty items that I no longer use, but at once upon a time, like I needed to have these items in my life. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the ColourPop, what they used to call it, the no filter concealer. How many of these tubes have you all been through? Like, no joke. When ColourPop came out with these concealers, it was life. Everybody had to get their hands on it. I remember we were like begging and couldn't wait to see swatch videos and so on to figure out your shade and that kind of thing. Some people were using it as all over foundation to contour, to highlight and so on. I particularly was using the concealer mainly to do highlight. I have used a shade as well because I got a good shade matte actually to do foundation over my entire face. And this broke the internet when it came out because it was so affordable. That's one thing. And it was so high coverage. The thing about this concealer is that it would set on matte. It was very long wearing, and for a long time I probably went through about 2 or 3 tubes of the ColourPop no filter concealer. But then things started to change because it's not that the concealer is no longer good. It's just that I think that there are better, even at the price range and in the drugstore. So as I'm getting older as well, my under eyes are drier. And even though I prep my under eyes really good before I put on concealer, so I make sure I moisturize, sometimes I'll even put an oil under my eye, that kind of thing. I am trying to avoid the very, very matte concealers that may just make that dryness or, make the under eye appear, drier than it probably really is, or really just hold on to that dryness, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of veered off of the ColourPop no filter concealer. So it's not that it isn't good. Like, those of you who are younger and so on, you might still be loving this because you may not be having that issue like me, right? In the drugstore, however, around that pricing, I have been totally in love with the L'Oreal True Match concealer. I know that's like a real back in the day concealer, but I have been absolutely loving that concealer. And in general, my number one pick, while I love Tarte Shape Tape, and that's really good, my number one pick for concealer for me is the Too Faced Born This Way, the multi-use sculpting concealer. That concealer for me is perfect for me. I've tried a lot since then, and that one is just my number one and continues to remain my number one. But then, you know what, ColourPop came out with this one recently, the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Creamy Concealer. And I don't know how many of you all try it. I have the shade here, medium 90W. This is light. Like, this will give me a very, very bright highlight, but it can totally work. And the thing about this concealer, and the reason why I haven't really spoken too much about it, is because I love the creaminess of this, I love the coverage of this, but oh my goodness, this thing creases. It will start to crease really, really fast. Like, sometimes before you even set it, you could see this concealer completely separating. For me, like, the best consistency might be a mix of these two, the Pretty Fresh and the no filter concealer from ColourPop, in terms of this one not being as matte, but to give a little bit more staying power, because this one is probably too creamy or too hydrating. Because honestly, this feels really, really nice under the eye, but it's not going to last. It's not going to last. So yeah, the ColourPop no filter concealer, I no longer use that. Second item, number 2, is this. Like, how many of you all remember this? The Laura Mercier translucent, like loose setting powder in translucent. So I remember when this came out, like, everybody, didn't matter, you're dark, your light, your medium, your tan, whatever, it didn't matter. Everybody was getting this. It didn't matter your shade. Some of us, like me, I would use it to set my under eye. Some people would set their entire face. Of course, Laura Mercier has since come out with a darker shade for girls with deeper skin tone. So that's good, because for a long time, everybody was fighting up with the same shade. But besides that, like, I remember when I could not do without the setting powder. It was life, it was bae, it was everything. It was the one that I will use like all the time and so on. But then other setting powders came out, and I don't know if it was other setting powders were just better, or if, again, as I'm getting older, my under eyes are getting drier. So this just started to look like it was sucking all the life out of me, and I just stopped liking it. Like, so what I did today is, some of the things I'm talking about, I actually use it on my face. Yeah. So, but I mean, I found that, like, I don't know if you could see how my under eyes are looking like dry. I used the ColourPop no filter concealer, and then I found that even though I'm mixing some of the Pretty Fresh with it, which kind of helped the consistency, as soon as I went in with this powder, like, any little creaminess or whatever I had on my eye just totally went away. Like, I feel that making my under eyes there look so old. I don't like it at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. So, I mean, for me, I mean, and this is a high end. I can't remember how much for this right now because I have this real long, and you all can see how much I still have in it. I prefer the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Satin Powder, shade number 20. Life Beautiful powder. I mean, and there's so many other lovely under eye satin powders that has come out since then. This is a no-go for me. I have it still. I don't know why I just don't throw it away. I mean, it probably hurts me because money spent for it, and I could probably use it out, maybe mix it, I don't know, something. But yeah, I mean, just not for under my eyes anymore because I just don't like how it looks. Now, all you don't crucify me for this one. But number 3, Revlon Color Stay. Okay. One of my very first videos when I launched the whole Sheri Approved page on all the social media platforms was my foundation, drugstore foundation picks, right? That was like a video that's from like 3 years ago, maybe, I think. And the Revlon Color Stay and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte were my top picks in the drugstore for oily skin girls. Is it still a top pick? Absolutely yes. Is it for me still? Probably not. So, right, it's not that this foundation isn't good at all. I know for a lot of makeup artists, for a lot of people, this is a staple. Like, I don't know how much bottles of this I buy. Probably by the dozen. Over the years, I have bought a lot of these. I've tried different shades, and therein lies the first problem. I have never found my exact match in this foundation. Now, granted, there have been a lot of them that were very close, so I could make it work because I will use my powders and so on to bronze up my face, make it warmer, make it whatever. This is the last one that I had bought, and this is the shade 380 in Rich Ginger. This one is a little bit too red for me. But yeah, I still work it, and it is the foundation that I have on my skin today. So it's not looking too bad in terms of the color and so on. But I tend to look a little bit warmer. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, with other foundations. And the thing about it is this foundation, it's bulletproof in terms of fantastic for oily skin, the longevity, how it wears, you know, how it deals with sweat and humidity and so on. No joke, you can't go wrong with it. And the only reason why I have not used it, like before today, the last time I used it probably 6 months ago, so recent, like I realized I just stopped reaching for it because I have found drugstore foundations that I absolutely love in terms of how they wear on my skin and the match, like in the CoverGirl, that the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir foundation that I totally recommend it to you all. I get a perfect match in that one, and even the new L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. Those two I've been reaching for a lot. Even my Physicians Formula foundation, I have been wearing that a lot, like a lot, and this is right in front of my face and I'm hardly reaching for it. So I think, you know, I mean, it's not that it's not a good foundation. It's not that this is going to waste. No. I will use this out because I know how to make it work for me in terms of the color and so on. But I just haven't been reaching for it. Like, wow. Okay, the last 2 items are skincare items. So number 4, and I don't have it here with me because when my last bottle finished, I did not replace it in my skincare arsenal, and that is the Thayer's alcohol-free witch hazel toner. So you're like, what, Sheri, you just recommended that to me last week? Yes, I did. Because do I think that Thayer's toner is a bad product? Absolutely not. Thayer's, the alcohol-free witch hazel toner, the cucumber, the rose, the lavender, the scent-free, the coconut, anyone that you want to choose, way to go. It is, for me, one of the best toners in drugstore pricing. No joke. It could be used on multiple skin types. It just works, especially from normal combo oily skin. Now, I even know some dry skin people who have Thayer's in their rotation, and it works perfectly fine for them. So Thayer's, that particular toner, the alcohol-free one, is a fantastic toner. Why have I not used it in more than a year? I just went to other toners. The good thing about the Thayer's, it's a good solid basic toner to have in your rotation. If that's what you can afford in terms of your budget and so on, great. Listen to me. Your skin not going to do any worse or whatever if you don't have, if you decide to change. It's perfectly fine to keep in there. But I have grown so much when it comes to my toners and my experimentation with toners, because I use like Thayer's only as my morning toner for years. And when I say years, like a lot of you started using Thayer's because I was raving about and talking about it so much. But you would have seen in my faves videos and in posts that I'm doing and so on, I am going for toners that have like other types of extracts, or that might be a lot more hydrating or have little extra things in them now, and crossing the boundary between toner and essence. Listen, I have just been loving so many other toners that I just didn't bother to get back at Thayer's, and I have so many other beautiful toners that I love even more than Thayer's now for my morning skincare routine, that I'm just shocked. Like when I was telling my husband my 5 items, he was like, "You're going to tell them that like about Thayer's?" Yeah, because really and truly, I haven't used Thayer's in more than a year. Like seriously, so I just haven't been reaching for it. And item number 5, and this one too might shock you guys. This is also a skincare item. It is one that I recommended up to today to somebody. So again, it's not that I don't think that these products are good, necessarily not good anymore. It's just that my skincare needs and so on may have outgrown it, or have just been experimenting and love something better. There might be something better that I discovered, just as we go along. Because by the way, as we get older, our skin sometimes changes. It needs different things, different types of ingredients. So yeah, and that number 5 is this, the L'Oreal Hydrogenous moisturizer, and this one is for oily skin. Y'all, I swore by this for real long. When I tell you real long, like this and the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel, fantastic, like totally blue drugstore drugstore moisturizers out of the water with this new lovely lightweight gel consistency. Fantastic, really good formulations. They worked well. A lot of people had success with it, including me. I went through maybe 5 or 6 bottles of this moisturizer. This has been this way for more than a year. It has been on my vanity, and I realize I just have not been reaching for it. Is it a bad moisturizer? Absolutely not. Some people swear by this. If they change other things, their skin goes, wonky. So if it embrokes, you don't need to fix it. It's fine to continue using it. But again, like I have found such beautiful other daytime moisturizer that I have been really enjoying, like the Sunjung emulsion by Etude House. That's a Korean one that I thought maybe I didn't like it so much. I find I'm reaching for that like so much. I'm using the Unique Centella Calming Gel Moisturizer, my Sweet Skin Ceramide Moisturizer, which I cannot find. I fell in love with as well. All those have been like really, really great because they have peptide cream. I've been just finding so many other lovely moisturizers that I could use in the daytime that I have just been reaching for way more, so much so that the L'Oreal Hydrogenous is not even a thought for me anymore. So I mean, again, it's not that it's a bad product, absolutely not. It's a fantastic, I still highly recommend it for oily skin. One of the best at the drugstore, that and the Neutrogena, like I mentioned, the Hydro Boost Water Gel. Those two are fantastic for oily combo skin if you're looking for a lightweight daytime moisturizer. It's not going to mess with your makeup, but give your skin some hydration and work well, not going to get greasy. Highly recommend it. I just don't reach for it anymore. Like, guys, I really want to hear from you. Are you still using any of these things that I mentioned in this video? Or are there any other holy grail items, beauty items, skincare or makeup that you swore by for years that you've just stopped using because, I don't know, for whatever reason, you just don't like it anymore? Or maybe you found a nicer product, whatever. Comment below. I really, really want to hear about this. I actually have a lot more things that I can tell you about. If you want to see more videos like this as well, definitely leave that in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.